Today on AGC Roundtable, we're debating whether or not Bill Belichick should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer in the National Football League. He could win as many championships as he did. You could go on as many roasts of Tom Brady as he did. He could have as many double dates with Jordan Hudson and Alex Earl with Tom Brady as you want, Bill, but you're not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hayes, debate me, man. Why is Bill Belichick a first ballot Hall of Famer? I'll let you start.
Let me make this clear. Whoever was deciding and making these votes for the Hall of Fame should be fired or walk away from doing this job, because there is no shot Bill Belichick should not be in the Hall of Fame. You have Don Shula, who is probably arguably the most winning coach in the history, but does not have more playoff wins, does not have more division titles, does not have more Super Bowls than Bill Belichick, and yet he is not a Hall of Famer.
Bill Belichick is a six-time Super Bowl winning head coach, not even counting the Bill Parcells era, where he won with the Giants, when he won with the Browns. I don't believe he won a Super Bowl with the Browns, but AFC Championship game. Bill Belichick, as soon, and this is the biggest debate that I'll have, the biggest reasoning why Bill Belichick isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, is that without Tom Brady, after a 20-year marriage to Tom Brady, going to 10 Super Bowls, he had 50% of his time in the NFL with Tom Brady, they were in the Super Bowl. He won six of those, and without him, he didn't even go to the playoffs. Mac Jones comes along. Obviously, it's a tough task, right? To repeat what you did with one of the greatest of all time. But he didn't even go to the playoffs. Tom Brady wins his first Super Bowl without Bill Belichick within 9 months of leaving Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So why does he go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Because Todd Boyle set up this team, so all he needs is a quarterback. Why do you think Baker Mayfield is successful today? Obviously, he can't win the Super Bowl, but think about it. You had Mike Evans, better than any receiver that the Patriots had in the last 2 decades during Tom Brady's time. Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette. I mean, that offense was electric without Tom Brady. All you had to do was just get them guys the ball. You're talking about all pros, Pro Bowlers, and that defense alone was lights out with Levante David and all those guys as well. I mean, when you look at the New England Patriots, that was a great team ran by a machine who was Belichick. And I think Tom Brady 100% aided in that. But when you look at these games, what was happening? First down, he would run the ball. Second down, check down. They won games very close. When he got to Tampa Bay, he was on a firing team. He probably had the best stats he ever had. He threw, 40 touchdowns in the season? Why? Because you have all these athletes around you. So Tampa Bay built a team for Tom Brady. And then you talk about Belichick he didn't make the playoffs because he had to go find a new quarterback. How many new quarterbacks is it? He had to deal with who? Cam Newton during COVID year, who couldn't play 3 or 4 games, and he still won 7-9, third in the AFC, East? It wasn't like he did terrible, but yes, I agree. He didn't make the playoffs, but that doesn't justify why he is not a Hall of Fame coach.
Do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win that Super Bowl without Tom Brady?
No.
Answer me that. No. Not even close.
But I think if you put Matthew Stafford on that team, they win the Super Bowl.
You think he beats Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl that year?
I think so. I mean, they blew out the Chiefs. It was 31-9? It was...
Because Tom Brady always beats Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Well, Tom Brady didn't beat Pat Mahomes. That defense beat Pat Mahomes. You don't hold the best quarterback to 9 points.
I don't think the Buccaneers are winning that Super Bowl without Tom Brady, just like the Patriots wouldn't have won 6 Super Bowl championships in the last 20 years without Tom Brady.
It's tough.
Let me run some names by you.
Go ahead.
James White.
Not better than
Deion Branch. Ty Law. Rob Ninkovich. Rob Ninkovich is a multiple-time Super Bowl winning champion with the New England Patriots because of Tom Brady. As soon as Tom left, Bill Belichick didn't have a leg to stand on. He lost that breakup within the first 9 months. Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer because doubt was put in the minds of the writers after Tom Brady left. Tom Brady was able to win without Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was not able to win without Tom Brady. Not to mention Spygate against my New York Jets in 2007. Not to mention Deflategate against the Indianapolis Colts in 2015. Bill Belichick's cheated multiple times, and I think the writers believe that at the very least, if he was a first ballot Hall of Famer, he deserved to be punished for those times. And not to mention, a lot of these writers were in those press conference rooms when Bill Belichick wasn't giving them jack shit in those post-game interviews, man.
So then why is Tom
Bill Belichick was a total dick to all of these.
Well, whether you can't get mad at if you call them a relationship, you can't get mad at the husband and not get mad at the wife. So if Belichick's getting screwed, so you're going to say Tom Brady's not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Tom Brady is 100%.
Why? He went through the same thing, the deflating of the balls, the other, like every allegation, they were together in this.
Oh, I'm not saying he wasn't. He got suspended. He bit the bullet. He was suspended.
Belichick could touch those.
Tom Brady was suspended for 4 games to start the 2016 NFL season.
T-minus 5 minutes.
What happened? Roger Goodell had to stand up there on February 4th, 2017, after Tom Brady mounted the biggest and greatest comeback in the history of sports, down 28-3 at the half against the Atlanta Falcons. Dan Quinn, one of my favorite coaches of all time, bit the bullet on that one with the Atlanta Falcons. But he had to stand up there and present the Super Bowl winning trophy to Tom Brady.
But do you think that was coaching, or do you think that
Bill Belichick never got a slap on the wrist for anything that he ever did, that he was a part of? That he obviously was one of the founding fathers, if you will, for those conspiracies. So whether it be spies.
Besides the conspiracies, if we talk about that specific game, do you believe that was coaching, or do you believe that was solely Tom Brady?
It was not solely Tom Brady. Absolutely. I'm not taking any credit away from Bill Belichick. So I'm just saying, without Tom Brady, he didn't do.
So why didn't Tom Brady? Because a lot of people can say Tom Brady going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and winning that Super Bowl was 100% luck during COVID.
T-minus 4 minutes.
Why not? He didn't win another one after that.
What did COVID have to do with it?
I don't know.
You know how difficult it probably is to play in front of 0 fans after playing in front of fans for 20 years.
Just like they believe that when Tom Brady left Belichick, this was all a reason why this person wasn't that good. I'm going based off of what the fans believe. They don't believe. I'm a Lakers fan, and I love my Lakers Cup winning the finals. But some people don't believe that's a real win. Same with not Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady and winning this game. But again, how wasn't that maybe luck? Like, that team wasn't crazy great, but they won the entire championship.
But you said they were crazy great about 5 minutes.
They were way more athletic than the Patriots 100% in the last 2 decades. But we have never looked at the New England Patriots as an athletic group. We looked at them as a very fundamentally sound, well-coached football team.
Because of Tom Brady.
Because they run the ball, they play defense, and they have a quarterback that managed the team.
That's right. They had a quarterback that
managed. Throw the ball past 60 yards, so how are you a successful team?
T-minus 3 minutes.
Without Tom Brady, there was nothing. Bill Belichick, to me, had nothing to do.
But I agree. I would say if you park Matthew Stafford over there, they win the Super Bowl. I think you park Patrick Mahomes, they win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen. I think if you park any of the top 5-7 guys, which Tom Brady was part of that top 5-7 guys. Same with when Peyton.
Was he when he got drafted?
When he got drafted, no.
Was he when Drew Bledsoe blew out his knee?
No, he turned into that. He emerged into that type of player. A lot of players don't emerge right away. That's why Belichick had to go through what he went through. He didn't have a quarterback. We all know how hard it is to
what happened when Tom Brady became the youngest quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl?
He found his guy. It's just like what you do with the Seattle Seahawks right now. Guess what? They got Sam Darnold, and the Jets messed this up. The Minnesota Vikings messed this up, and now this coach is loving it. He found his guy. All you're doing is just trying to find your...
So let me ask you this. Why couldn't Bill Belichick make Mac Jones what Mike Vrabel has made?
T-minus 2 minutes.
He had to go sign Cam Newton. He had to go figure out Mac Jones, who was a young guy at the time. He also had to figure out how to adjust from an offensive perspective from an elite IQ quarterback to somebody that's run heavy with Cam Newton, and then a young buck in Mac Jones, who obviously is starting to emerge and still hasn't even become a starter in the league in any of the programs he's been at. He's had slight flashes at the 49ers, but again, you're asking a guy to do what Tom Brady could do in this offense. There's not many Tom Brady's out there.
That's my point exactly. But young Tom Brady was able to win Super Bowl championships
on the back of who?
Him. I don't think Bill Belichick had anything to do with it.
Really? You think Tom Brady came in there after Drew Bledsoe hurt himself, and you thought this rookie...
There was some guidance. I'm not denying that there was guidance. I'm just saying it couldn't have been any other coach.
It's just like Phil Jackson. Kobe Bryant was not Kobe Bryant without Phil Jackson. Michael Jordan was not Michael Jordan without Phil Jackson. These guys need guidance. You don't come in there as a rookie and just oh, I'm going to ball out. You need a coach to be able to mold him and use his strengths to what it can be.
T-minus
and
50 seconds.
You let him blossom. Like, I don't
believe Bill Belichick ever let Tom Brady blossom.
I think in the back end of his career, I mean, you can see it in the games when it's 2 minutes left in the
T-minus 40 seconds.
Patrick Mahomes. It's 2 minutes to the left. He knows everything in the playbook. He knows the situation. He's already watched film on who's the weakest corner to throw to.
T-minus 30 seconds.
These quarterbacks are already predetermined based off the long-term experience that they've had. You're talking about 15 to 20 years of experience. What's going to change? There's only
T-minus
cover
20
cover
seconds.
2, cover 3, cover 4, and a fire zone. When you know that, you can run 5 different plays, 16 different what would you say, formations with these plays. And again, we haven't said any talented player on this offense. They're just moving bodies and pieces in these certain coverages. So when you're talking about a Tom Brady that can go to Tampa Bay, and I'm not taking nothing from it, I don't think it was luck that he won that Super Bowl. I just think it was like, wow, you had a better offense that now if you could just go get plugged in there, he's almost like beat his entire career season record in this 1 year. And you say, why? Well, look at this roster. If you put him back in the New England Patriots, I don't think they go to the Super Bowl. I don't even think they go to the playoffs.
They 100% go to the playoffs.
I don't think so. I think the East is still nuts.
So outside of, Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, Ron Gronkowski that first year in Tampa Bay, who were the best offensive options that Tom Brady had throughout his career in New England? You could talk about Randy Moss.
Yeah, I'm talking about, what about that last season? The season we're talking about with Mac Jones and Cam Newton. They didn't have one single deep threat. You can't even tell me a receiver on that roster.
Yeah, and without a single deep threat, Tom Brady took them to the wild card.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think Tom Brady would have been able to take that? What was that? What were they? 7-5 or something like that? Third in the AFC. They weren't beating the Bills. They weren't beating a rolling Miami Dolphins, who was a lot better than they are today. I just don't see it. Obviously, we can say it's Tom Brady. You don't want to put a cast on him. But guess what? Patrick Mahomes is out the playoffs in Week 14 this year. I think at some point the dynasty does fall when those pieces around you aren't there. But back to the root of it, Belichick is 100%, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame coach. You can't put him head and head with players because at the same time, he's coaching these players. He's brought in the Tom Brady. He drafted this man in the 7th round. How many quarterbacks you know have got drafted in the 7th round and went on to play these magnificent careers? Not many. He obviously had to see it when he went to go get Edelman. These are guys that are underdrafted. Like James White, what was he, 3rd or 4th round? He's getting guys that aren't first-round draft picks and turn them to, their max potential. So that's great coaching. Somebody that can inspire these young kids, and obviously they're not kids. They're 21, 22 years old, but you're evolving them into what you believe that.
My argument there over that 20-year period is, was it his leadership or was it Tom's leadership?
I think eventually you allowed it to be Tom's leadership.
And outside of Bill Belichick and Spygate, Deflategate, 6 Super Bowl championships as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator?
Yes.
Defensive coordinator under Bill Parcells. If you were a part of the media and you were treated the way you were by Bill Belichick for 29 years, would you want to vote him as a first ballot?
So is this a personal matter, or are we talking about wins and losses?
I'm putting aside all of his accolades.
I'm taking that all. Me personally, I don't take, whether you're rude to me or not, when you stepped on that field or you step on this court in any sport field that you are in, what did you do this day? What did you do in this term of your coaching career, your playing career? If you was a baller, you was a baller. If you got wins, you got wins. We determine everybody based off the Super Bowl wins, games win, playoff wins. If that's going to be determined, then that's what we got to hold him to it. What we got dealing with him on a personal matter, that's separate. I think you need to schedule a lunch and have a private meeting with this man. But other than that, he has won and done exactly what he was supposed to do as a head coach. Now, some things are cheating. I've heard several people be like, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So
if you believe in that, Hayes, I have no idea who you are. But what do you guys think? Is Bill Belichick a first ballot Hall of Famer in the National Football League? Let us know your thoughts.